Welcome back, sweaty nerds, and little sweaty nerds, and big sweaty nerds, and nerdettes, and everybody's welcome here, as long as you can accept the nasty truth about grading, specifically Pokemon cards. See, my headline of this video is that you should stop buying and grading Pokemon cards. But before we get to why you should stop doing that, I'm going to present my list of 3 or 4 reasons on why does grading exist itself. You know, like why do people actually get things graded in the first place? Number 1 would be obviously to preserve the condition of the card. If the card is rare and it's old, there's a high chance that if it's in a very pristine condition, that there aren't very many of them out there, and keeping one sealed sonically in a plastic case would, ensure that its condition stays the same throughout many years to come, as long as someone doesn't crack it, right? Number 2 would be to get it authenticated. And that's a big issue with, say, Magic the Gathering cards, and Pokemon maybe not so much, because, I don't know, do people counterfeit the old Pokemon cards? I don't know, maybe, but still, to get it authenticated. When you send a card to, say, PSA, BGS, or CGC, or Card Market Grading, before they actually give you the grading, they're going to check whether the card is authentic or not, because, well, by grading the card, they also state the set it came from, and they basically give validity that, okay, this card is real, and we kind of vouch for it, right? So they have to make sure it is authentic. So that's the added benefit of why some people would send the card for grading. Like, let's say you buy a $1,000 card raw, ungraded, on eBay, and you're kind of just like, I don't really have very many benchmarks of the same card to compare it to. Let me send it off to PSA so that I can make sure that it's the real thing I bought and I didn't get scammed. And, it comes back a 5, 7 or whatever condition the card was in, and you're happy. You crack it back open, you play with the card, it's real, right? So that's another reason people actually grade cards. Number 3 would be to actually, how do I put it lightly, to add value, resale value to the card. And that only really applies to premium grades. And by premium grades, I mean nothing below a 9. If it's an 8, it's just a good condition card. If it's an 8.5, it's just a good condition card. If it's a 4, crack that bitch open. You know what I mean? If it's a 9, it's probably going to carry a certain amount of premium, as long as the card itself was chosen properly for the grading. It's not something that you're saying on the screen, for example, right? So having established those 3 points, I think I would put it this way, that some of you guys, like Pokemon collectors, you guys are being manipulated by YouTubers, specifically YouTubers, because it's a big thing on YouTube to like grade every little card they have, and put every little card they pull out of a booster box or whatever into a sleeve, and like immediately send it for grading for whatever reason, and spend God knows how much money on just grading fees and postage and waiting. And it's really to no use. Once you get the card graded, you cannot play it. It takes a lot of space. Like, one card is fine, but like having 100 graded cards, for example, that bitch is gonna take up space. That's gonna be a brick of plastic on your desk or something. And that's gonna be like, what, let's say $20 per grade. And say you grade 5, 6, 7, 8 cards, 10 cards. That's already a lot of money. Like, you could buy yourself 2 booster boxes instead of just grading those stupid cards. Okay, so here comes the point. Like, I have in front of me, as you can see, an eBay page open of PSA Pokemon cards for sale. I picked specifically PSA because Pokemon collectors seem to go after PSA grades. Don't know why, I guess it's just a fad. I'm more into BGS, even though PSA is more reliable, but let's not get into that. But I like BGS because it has subgrades and all that. Let's take the first listing. This Pikachu, right? This is graded 10 from 2019. And it's not old, it's 3 years old. It's nothing, it's basically new. And that would also mean that the print run of the set of Hidden Fates was massive. Nowadays everybody has sleeves everywhere they turn, like card sleeves. So what do you do when you pull something cool from a booster pack? You put it in the sleeve so it doesn't get damaged. Now, what happens when everybody that pulls this particular Pikachu does this thing? Are there many Pikachus that are damaged from this set? I wouldn't think so. I would think that most of them are in pristine condition. And with today's printing and actually Pokemon having pretty decent quality control, there are no off-centered Pikachus. Or even if there are, they're just super rare, and those should be graded actually, not just the ones like this. So pretty much every single one that you pull out of a, or that was made, is currently a 9 or a 10 by default. There's no need to get it authenticated, because there's so many on the market, I'm sure. And we can check that. Let's say, what is that called? I'm not gonna look up a Pikachu, like it's gonna be hard for me to look this one up. But let's say this Charizard right here. This is a 21-pound auction. With pretty much, you have to pay double that for delivery. M Charizard EX. This was printed in 2016. Oh boy. Now to find this guy. What does he even look like? Okay. Dude. I can't with these Pokemon cards, they all look the same to me sometimes. I mean, I love the artworks, but oh my god. I can't find this card. But anyway, any freaking Charizard that we can look up. Let's say this guy, right? All of them are being sold at near mint condition. Any other one. This one looks fancy as fuck. I like the artwork. Every single one of them is in near mint condition. So like paying a premium just because someone has it in a piece of plastic that says it's in near mint condition, it's a dumb idea, and you're getting fucked by all these YouTubers that, you know, just basically tell you to buy graded cards or show you their graded collections. And, you know, put it into your minds that, hey, you should be buying graded cards because it's cool. Kind of just make you spend 3, 4, 5 times, 6 times, even maybe 10 times the money that you should be spending on the hobby, just because it's put in a piece of plastic. That's my point. Now, there are certain cases in which I agree they should be graded, like this 1997. It's 1997, and that's pretty old already. So anything, you know, from that era, and in Japanese it's a foil, it's a promo, and it's a 7. So that's pretty neato burrito. I would pay for this. I might just bid on this thing when I'm done with the video. I might just bid on it because it would look cool on my desk. Not even joking. But so this is something I could get behind. It's old. Probably the print run was super low back then. People didn't use sleeves. Everybody didn't put the cards in sleeves immediately because there were no sleeves. And oh, here. This is gonna be this guy. Some VMAX Charizard. Let's go back to Charizards. It's like a black and white looking Charizard. Why are there so little Charizard? I'm pretty sure there are more Charizards out there. Alright. It's just like... Wait, no. How do I look up all the Charizards? Now, all I'm saying is that don't get manipulated. Don't waste your money. You can just buy the card in pristine condition right away from someone, even a store online. Hey, what's the deal? Like, I'm just trying to freaking find singles, man. Card market, just stop being a bitch. Here, Charizard. Grid view. Boom, there we go. I think those are all Charizards, right? 11 pages, sounds about right. Let's find this guy. Interesting. Oh, here we go. That's the guy, right? 75 bucks. Yeah, you can get it in near mint condition at 100 euros. What's the point of bidding on it? What's the point of getting it graded? If it's 2021, all of them are already in near mint condition. Like, nobody pulled it damaged. If the damaged one was pulled, it's rarer than the actual card itself. Like, the type of stuff that should be graded is like, say Charizard, apply all this first. Yeah, those are the types of Charizards that should be graded. Like, see, the cards for sale, here are the conditions. I'm not sure if you can see it if you're on the phone, but here's the conditions. So a lot of them are in a played, light played, poor conditions, and then they start with like the mint ones, but the mint ones are actually at the premium, so you can get a very poor condition one for 100 euros, but the condition matters on old cards a lot. So therefore, if you get it graded and authenticated, that even adds more premium back. This guy has a PSA 9 over here for 650 euros of this guy, and I can get behind that. That's an old ass card. Hardly anyone has it in the first place. Second, hardly anyone has it in like a pristine condition. That's rare. That's super cool to own. But for example, this in a graded slab is a waste of your money, time, and you're just being taken for a ride by YouTubers saying, oh, you should get that graded. Don't waste your money. Don't buy new graded cards. Just buy the card raw. If you want to display it, put it in a top loader, and that's it. It looks just as nice, trust me. Alright, that's the end of the video. But I'm gonna buy that. There's still 9 days left, but I'm gonna bid on those. Let's see how much do they go for. Trainer, Pokemon Magic gets it. How do I even search for that? Jeez. Say for Misty, right? All this first, Misty. Yo, I'm not even seeing this card over here. What is, that's not a Pokemon back, right? Yeah, that's like something else. Japanese Meiji. Because that's not the game. That's something else. Okay, I'm excited for that one, but the other things, definitely not. Oh, what is that? This looks fun. Okay, the only reason I can I can imagine people would be buying new cards graded is just to get a freaking desk covered in graded cards so they can make their own videos on YouTube or something. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, if you're just buying them because you think grades mean anything, no, they don't. To any serious buyer, no, they don't. If you try to sell them to a store later to recoup some money, the store will just pay you whatever the actual cost of the near mint card is. They will not pay you any premium for your grade. Nobody gives a shit. So just don't waste your money. Buy yourself some more cards. Oh, and yeah, just in case you thought I'm taking a shit, I've just begun bidding on this girl, but it's still 9 days left, so I'm not increasing my bid until the last hour. But I'm going to be going after this card. It looks cool.